Call it a new storm of controversy tonight from the south suburbs. Dalton's mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard faced off with trustees and neighbors once again. It's all about the money. Our Jermont Terry is live right now with what this fight was about tonight. Jermont?
Joe, this board is currently operating without a fiscal budget, and some trustees are demanding Tiffany Henyard, who is the supervisor here at Thornton Township, become way more transparent when it comes to spending, and that encompasses 17 south and suburban communities.
Lori Lightfoot did such a great job in Dalton. I will welcome her to come and do the same thing here at Thornton Township.
Calls for investigations and access to spending. That's what Thornton Township trustees are demanding, claiming items not approved by the board keep showing up for approval.
Voted not to approve, and then somehow magically they end up on the credit card list.
You're going to have to point that out.
And that's one of the reasons we're doing this.
Yet Tiffany Henyard, the township supervisor, says the board is showboating.
This is what I mean about my board. It's a lot of hate, jealousy, and envy amongst them towards their supervisor.
While Henyard calls it hate, her efforts to keep a community senior bingo program operating failed due to questionable spending.
It was presented that all the prizes were donated, but that is not the case. The prizes for bingo are being purchased by Thornton Township.
And they argue the expenses are out of control.
This dysfunctional board wants to take it away. That's sad, because they got nothing else to do.
Henyard tried to get an audit of the past 10 years, claiming the township was in financial ruins before she arrived. Yet the board approved to have an audit for only 3 years ago when Henyard was appointed.
I am the leader for Thornton Township. I am the supervisor of Thornton Township. And I'm going to make sure y'all give me my respect and stop playing these games every time it comes to the meeting.
Supervisor, you're out of order.
You out of order. You out of order.
Respect is earned and it's not demanded.
Things got heated during public comment after someone compared Henyard to an animal. Police were called.
Today I'd like to get started. I'd like to call to order Thornton Township meeting. Today is September 24, 2024, and the time is 6:09 p.m. Please call the roll.
Trustee Jones? Absent. Trustee Carlisle?
Present.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Present.
Trustee Garland is absent. Supervisor Henyard.
Present. Next, if everybody will stand for the pledge. Next, we have old business, and we're going to start with the number one topic, which is bingo. Today, we're talking about bingo because I know the residents really, really appreciate bingo. They love bingo, and they want to see it continue here at Thornton Township. So I am seeking approval from the trustees to continue bingo every month here at Thornton Township. Is there a motion to approve bingo monthly? Is there a motion? All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve monthly bingo for our seniors, our residents throughout Thornton Township. Is there a second? Trustees? Do y'all not want to continue bingo?
I'll second it only for purposes of discussion.
All right, it's been motion second.
So I did reach out to the attorneys concerning bingo because that's been a big conversation going on lately. And so originally, when bingo was presented, it was presented that all the prizes were donated. But that is not the case. The prizes for bingo are being purchased by Thornton Township. And now there's a question as to whether each person receiving a gift over or a prize over $600 should fill out a 1099 form. And so we haven't received a final answer on that. And so I think it's important until we get the final details, we pause on those things. And let's say, for instance, you know, we don't know the findings, but just ethically, we have to ask ourselves questions. Should we be doing this? Yes, bingo is a great opportunity for seniors to come and to participate and have, you know, fun amongst their peers. However, there is a lot of money being spent on bingo, and what are we doing to, you know, improve our entitlement programs? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
Now, today, you guys come up with something else. Oh, well, they need to fill out a 1099, they need to fill out a form, they need to do this, they need to do that. It's their money going back to them. What is wrong with that? How can you have a problem with residents getting their money back? Their money back. So it shouldn't be an issue for you guys to sit here and pause something, and then you said something crucial. You said voting block. What does that got to do with them coming, loving on each other? You even was down here with them calling out bingo numbers. So what is the problem all of a sudden that you guys are using political campaign stuff to say why you don't want to have bingo all of a sudden? Stop at something. And as I said, what God has for you is for you. Bingo was a huge success. Them people lined up down here. There were 500 people. And as I always say, news, where were you? You weren't in the building. But yet y'all asked me for exclusive interviews to come out and talk to me. For what? Come and talk to the people that matter. Come and talk to the people that's actually being affected by bingo. Because bingo is more than just prizes like they're trying to make it about. It's about love. It's about community. It's about unity. It's about everybody loving on each other throughout Thornton Township. That's what bingo's about. Y'all missing the point. It got nothing to do with prizes. Because guess what? Even though they had prizes, they were still down here packed. It was packed. And y'all didn't have nothing like that. Nothing. And now we made a way for you guys to unify amongst the 17 communities that we have here in Thornton Township. And now this board, this dysfunctional board, wants to take it away. That's sad, because they got nothing else to do. So I apologize that the board don't want to continue bingo. Carmen was a part of the administration, as I've always said before, so it amazes me that she's now singing a different tune. So I wonder who got her strings in a bunch. But all I'm saying to you is that we always did what you guys to change your vote to continue bingo here at Thornton Township. I know the residents do love it. Come on, Robert, go to the mic.
She just said one thing.
Okay, guys, don't start that today. We here to handle the business. Y'all are out of order. We have an ordinance in place that if you're out of order, you will be removed from this meeting. Every meeting, y'all have to come down here with that. We're here to handle the business and not let the business handle us. So let us get through our agenda. Y'all can leave and go outside with all that. All right, go ahead, Robert. I've never seen a group, a board member that cares so much about who's doing it instead of joining and helping make sure we are a success together. I never saw that, because before y'all was all together. Now it's all divided because it's election time, huh? Like you said, voters, right? It's election time, now you want to divide and conquer. It's not going to work because the people see through the mess, and that's what we are. So are you guys going to amend the motion and vote for bingo? Or
If I may, we could have bingo without large prizes or any prizes, actually. And then, well, we could have things figured out. We could just keep going and still have it.
At the end of the day, you guys always want to stop progress. That's the problem I got with my board. Y'all want to stop things that actually are huge success, because I don't see none of y'all bringing in numbers like that. And y'all been here longer than me. So, okay, y'all are going to vote for it. Do we got a call for the discussion?
Yes, we need a roll call.
All right, roll call.
So what is this, a roll call for?
Set up the discussion, so.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee
I'm sorry, what was this?
This is a motion to approve the bingo.
No, no, you said it was a motion for roll call. That's what you just said.
You said something
Correct.
else. That's why I'm asking.
So, you said this, so this is the motion.
There was a motion and a second to approve under old business bingo.
Okay, so my response is no.
That's why I wanted clarification.
Trustee Gonzalez?
No.
Supervisor Henry?
Yes.
Motion failed.
Motion still fails, so guess what? Bingo! Gotta learn how to count. It's fine, well, we need help. Next on the agenda is, right, is there a motion to approve, the Gospel Fest? Is there a motion? I'll motion to approve the Gospel Fest. Is there a second? Is there a second? No second? All right, so I'm gonna talk about Gospel Fest. So we approved Gospel Fest, so I can educate. If I would say, let me educate y'all. So let me educate everybody, because everybody don't understand what goes on around here. We approved Gospel Fest on August 24th of 2023. We had every single person up here, which is shocking. Even Chris Gonzalez voted for Gospel Fest. Look at that. So Gospel Fest was supposed to happen. But unfortunately, we had a storm. That's when we had to call FEMA out, and we had to change directions of what we had planned. It was already planned. It was already approved budget for, check cut, all of the above, right? So we stopped because the people needed us more, and we had to make sure we made a way, and we created a FEMA. We're still working out of the same budget that the Gospel Fest was approved. So why is it back on the agenda for approval when you guys already approved it? Like I said, on August, what did I just say, 24th? So why do we have to do that, attorney?
It's my understanding these events are being presented pursuant to the new event ordinance that was approved.
Okay, so if we already approved it, we don't have to reapprove it, correct? If the event was approved on August 24th of 2023, we don't have to reapprove?
No, what I said was, these events are being presented to the board in compliance with the new event ordinance. That's my understanding.
As though it's new? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, the new event ordinance that was just put into place at one of the prior meetings within the past month or so.
Right, so, okay, I just want to make sure we're crystal clear so they understand and I understand in the crowd. So, by this already being approved in the old budget, it's safe to say it's already approved. I don't have to go back again before the board, correct?
No, these matters are being brought before the board now to comply with the new event ordinance. Because these are events that are to be approved pursuant to the new event ordinance.
Right, but only time that you have to go forward is when you put in something new. And then whatever from that day, moving forward is what you go from. So if this was already approved prior to, it should not be affected by what's new. It was already approved, like I said, prior to your job. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I disagree. The event ordinance has precedence. These events have to be approved pursuant to the event ordinance.
Okay, so I disagree with what the Lloyd is saying. So I disagree with what he's saying, and that's my statement. Now, they just bought me something because we did reach out and they were just telling us about the bingo and the prizes. And it's just an email if anybody wants it. And it'll tell you that everything was up to code. Nothing was in violation here at Thornton Township to have bingo, and that we can have bingo moving forward. So that's what that was. Thank you so much for that. Oh yeah, dude. Oh my, I could have read it to him. It says that yes, Thornton Township can purchase bingo prizes using Thornton Township funds for the public. That's what it says here in the email that they gave us. Thank you, Robbie, you can get it to them. But yeah, I just said it. I said y'all can have a copy of it. So I don't know if y'all didn't hear me. Now I repeat it. Everybody can have a copy of this because we did do our job for this. We did everything. We did everything. And we got documentation stating we did everything. It said that somebody's that desperate to say no to bingo. Oh my God, just stop it. Here's the evidence right here saying we can do it. I'm done.
But it's still
Yeah, I
not from
spoke
the
to the
gaming
attorney
commission.
today and they said they're still looking into it, so that's a false statement.
That's not a false statement. I got documentation. Documentation
From
don't
August,
lie.
we're talking about September.
And I'm talking about now. That's not true. Your statement's false. It's so sad you got so much hatred in your heart. But anyway, moving on.
And it's still not from the gaming commission.
Next is approval of bills. Is there a motion to approve the general fund? Yeah, we did. But it said, don't try to explain nothing, because they ain't gonna get it, they ain't gonna change it. We know, I just said it. You got it from the revenue. Next is general fund. Is there a motion to approve the general fund? Is there a motion to pay the bills?
I have an amended list that I would like to pay on the general fund.
Okay, make sure you name what you don't want to pay.
And I'm gonna name the numbers and I'll send it to the clerk.
That's not how that goes. You gotta
It
put
is
it
how it
right.
goes.
It's not.
Okay. So I make a motion that we pay the general fund excluding the following: 1 through 119, which are all credit card bills, so those items are already paid. And then 206 through 252, 258. That's when I make the motion to pay all the bills excluding those numbers I mentioned, and I'll get the clerk an email of what I excluded.
Okay, let me tell you something about transparency. So what they need to do is tell y'all what they're taking away. but they never do. And that's what you should pay attention to, residents. You want to have it their way, but don't want to show, Robert, let's read. Read what they're taking out once again.
There's a motion and second.
And that's fine.
I make a motion to end discussion and call a vote.
Second.
All right, go ahead, Robert. Go ahead, Robert. All right, go ahead, Robert.
We have a first and a second in discussion.
You don't even have a vote, so please stop. Go ahead, Robert.
Issue and pens. Number 2, food for less $20.34. Taste Authority extra buns. 54, food for less $30.54. Taste Authority food, and bingo gift cards. 88 cents. Got direct $316.14. Line for Terra Fall to 50 Sugar Laundry, $46.80.
All right, thank you. And that's the reason why I told them to read it, just so you can see what I'm saying and why I argue and go back and forth with my board, because how can you go backwards off of something that's already spent? So all those things are already spent, already approved when everybody was cool. Now all of a sudden it's not cool to pay the bills. Make it make sense, guys.
Spent, not approved, and also if I can make a point, there's things that we have voted not to approve, and then somehow magically they end up on the credit card.
And I'll point
And
that
that's
out.
one of the
You
reasons
have to
we're doing
point that
this.
out. 'Cause You can
That's
easily say
exactly why we're
that. That's
doing
not
this.
true. Then point it out. I want to see it. Point it out. Because you can say that, but you need to point out what you saying you did not approve, and it's on the all kinds of things on there that you guys still said no to now, but yes,
Correct.
back then. So what's the difference? Now all of a sudden everybody else said you want to pay people?
Voted no, and then they end up on a credit card bill.
That's not true. Tell nothing. You ain't got it.
I'll make a list, I'll give it to you.
Right, because you ain't got it. You just be talking. Y'all just say stuff up here. I can't stand it. I can't stand a liar. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we said that, and that's to pay the bill. So the only way that I'm gonna vote is because I do want to pay whatever vendors there is to pay, but I'm still against not paying everybody. I think you should pay everyone on the list. So you can call it. Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Supervisor Henry? Yes. Next is General Assistant Fund. Is there a motion to pay the General Assistant Fund?
I would like to make an amended motion to pay a few things excluding a few items.
All right, you can make the motion to take whatever you want out, but again, I keep telling y'all, so I tell y'all, let me educate you. Those items are strictly supervisor. Supervisor is over the GA department. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling y'all that. But go ahead, do what you want. Makes sense.
Yes.
But okay, we'll play the game, let's go.
I have something to say. One, the first item I mentioned was paid on a credit card, and it was a part of the tax rebate. So the residents do deserve a tax rebate, but more importantly, we need to figure out our budget. We have to fix the deficiencies that we have. And yes, the budget is late, and so our goal is not to rush it, but to get it right. And we want to make sure that the entitlement programs that are functioning at the township are functioning at the highest. Are you done? Okay. We want to make sure that our entitlement programs are functioning at the highest capacity so that we can serve everybody in the township that needs the services. And more than that, I think we need a more moral and ethically, we need an obligation to the residents to be transparent and accountable. And if we focus on transparency and accountability and less on bingo, excuse me, can you call her? She's out of order. Oh, that's your friend. She's out of order. Can you call me and you tell your people to calm down? Like you always tell everybody else? Okay. So anyway, like I was saying, more than I think maybe if we focus on accountability and transparency and less on bingo, then we'll have enough money to set aside to give the rebate program so that everyone in Doran Township can benefit from the program and from the services at Doran Township and not just people to show up to bingo. And so that's our goal. And then if you're on the holiday boxes, it's not that we don't want the holiday boxes to not be printed, but again, we have an image ordinance that has not been in compliance. There are different departments that are still printing things with against the policy. Supervisor Henry's name is on a lot of things, and she knows that's against the image ordinance. And so I did reach out to them, asking them, can we see what would be printed? No one ever responded to me. If they did, I mean, at a later date, I didn't get it. But again, we just have to make sure that the things that we put in order, the laws that we put in place are being followed.
So with transparency, they should read out what they're doing up here, but they're not. They tell you numbers and then y'all okay with it. But all the things they're telling you is affecting you as residents. Secondly, as it relates to image, this is what I mean about my board. It's a lot of hate, jealousy, and envy amongst them towards their supervisor. They came and turned over the numbers in Thornton Township. So that's what I mean about hate and jealousy. Because nobody cared before when it was free. Did y'all make any noise? Did y'all say let's remove this person's name? Y'all made a fake ordinance to make it like y'all fake in charge. Y'all are not in charge of anything. So please stop with the antics when we come here to these board meetings. I am the leader for Thornton Township. I am the supervisor of Thornton Township. And I'm going to make sure y'all give me my respect and stop playing the game. Because all these games need to stop. When I came to Thornton Township, and that's my personal claim, I'm saying for this, so we can hear y'all run it back. When I came to Thornton Township, y'all had a $4.5 million deficit when I got here. $4.5 million deficit. Since me taking over, you have a surplus of $9.8 million today. Today. Surplus. Talk about that. Y'all need to report the facts. I'm tired of that. So don't be a fact that everybody needs to just stop sitting here just saying things that ain't true. I can't stand when people just get up here and lie and don't got no facts for what they're speaking of. People can give y'all a load of facts, but don't say y'all not like y'all. Please come out to Township Talk tomorrow. Township Talk, we sit right here at the same very location. And we talk to residents. We give you evidence of everything that's going on here at Thornton Township. That's being transparent. That's being accountable. That's showing you our books. That's showing you our numbers. Come here and learn about it. So when she's there talk about they need to do a budget, they need to do their job. They're not doing their job. They come telling you excuse for why they ain't passing the budget. Our job, especially as being a trustee, is to pass the budget. That's it. They legislate. Just so people understand the three branches of government so y'all can get it right. I'm the executive branch. They're the legislative body. The legislative body does what? Write ordinances, pass a budget. That's it. They don't run the day-to-day. They got nothing to do with nothing. And that's what we keep messing up on. People keep impeding on my powers, on my responsibility. So I just want to make sure I make that crystal clear and everybody can see me, hear me in the back about what's going on here at Thornton Township, because it's in a better place since I took office. Guaranteed.
This discussion.
So I would like to say,
Educate me, please. Educate me, please.
I would like to say something.
If I may, when,
Go ahead.
as it goes to tax refund project, can you tell us the cost of that and what's the time frame?
Actually, I can. If you want to show up tomorrow at Township.
One of the reasons I ask is, first of all, we don't know the full amount. Second of all, I think it inappropriate if it's not for this current year, which I've run this program, so I know there's no way to do it for this year. It would be next year, and there's a good possibility that you're not going to be here. So,
Okay, so let's make you quick for the I guarantee you not gonna get that seat. And in the words of Ms. I'm not gonna say it, but you need to you know what, that seat. So we will be working on that with you, because you don't do nothing at the township. You don't vote for anything for your residents. You vote no to everything. I guarantee you I will be here, because if y'all thought that I wasn't gonna win, y'all wouldn't be doing all this media campaigning on me. Y'all wouldn't be doing all this negativity on me if y'all thought I wasn't gonna win. But y'all know I am one of those people that don't do nothing.
I would like to say something.
So that's what we're guys.
no answers?
I would like to say something before we move on. She said something so important. She said that leaders take, she said she's a leader, she says she's a supervisor.
Okay,
but
so
real leaders take accountability and responsibility. They don't blame their staff for their horrible mistakes. And not only that, but supervisor, you're out of order.
2024-2025 budget and appropriation ordinance 24-009 for Thornton Township General Assistance Fund. Is there a motion? Transparency, huh? Accountability, huh? Okay. So y'all gonna pass it? All right, next, is there a motion to adopt 2024-2025 budget and appropriation ordinance 24-010 for Thornton Township General Fund? Is there a motion? No? Not passing the budget still, huh? But they talking about transparency. All right, next, is there a motion to approve the retainer agreement with LDS to represent Thornton Township officials in the case of Gerald Jones versus Thornton Township? Is there a motion? Hello? Is there a motion? Okay, I'm gonna make a motion. Is there a second? No? Y'all don't wanna protect the township? What we doing? I think you guys need a lawyer. I think you guys should consider making sure we are covered.
Second.
All right, been motion and second. Here we go. Hold on.
This is the
So
board.
here we are again. So are you guys going to make sure we got counsel? We gonna have coverage? What we doing so that he can go in court and get this removed for the $3 million that we owe this individual because we didn't have counsel? So are we gonna move forward with that or we not? What we doing?
Was this on the agenda at some other time?
Are we gonna vote for this person or not?
I don't answer our question.
Right now, you should know that. If you wanted to answer, you can look at your agendas and you could have checked it out. So all I need to know, it's too many games, it's the kitty stuff that I'm
Was this
talking
on the
about.
agenda before?
Trust me.
Yes or no
Do
question?
you want the township to be protected
Was
or
it on the
not?
agenda previous?
I just told you to check your agendas yourself.
So again, you're not gonna answer a question.
I really don't care what y'all do. I just need an answer. You either gonna protect the township or you're not. That's all I'm here.
Excuse me, are you the attorney?
Once we get the motion, hold on, we're out of order.
There's
Once you get the
There's a
motion.
motion and a second on the
Supervisor,
floor.
there's a motion and a second.
So approve it. So approve
So this is of the attorney, we can ask the attorney
Okay, hold on.
questions.
Trust me, if you don't want to be, you out of order.
There's currently on the floor a motion and a second to approve the retainer agreement with LDS. So when discussion is concluded, we have a roll call vote regarding that. There's counsel here from LDS who can probably answer some questions that the board may have.
All right, go ahead, LDS.
Good afternoon, Madam Supervisor, members of the board. There has not been a default judgment entered in this matter. The court has given the township and the individual defendant until October 31st to file a responsive pleading, either an answer or a motion to dismiss. There is no default at this time.
Okay, so where was that $3 million, is there a motion to conduct a forensic audit/investigation of Keith Freeman's credit card and Carmen Carlisle use of said card? Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Then motion second, any discussion?
Yes.
Right, go ahead.
So I want to say, unlike Supervisor Henyer, I am happy to talk about any investigation. I welcome any investigation about any expenditure in Thornton Township's finances. I have no problem in sitting down and talking to an investigator about any of the purchases I made on behalf of Thornton Township or Supervisor Henyer and the multiple trips I booked for her, the expensive the hotel suites, the first class flights, the expensive dinners, you know, the different amenities that she received that were provided to her on behalf of Thornton Township residents. And yes, as she stated, I was her assistant, so I was on many of those trips. I was told by her to make sure she had 2 trips booked a month, nothing under 3 or 4 days. And I think that anybody who wants to know, any investigator who asks any question should have any information about any trip, including but not limited to the shirts, the paraphernalia, flyers, and the promotional items that have been paid for with her face and her image on it by Thornton Township, details about her transportation, the travel plans, information about her security that she demanded demanded to go with her everywhere she went. I welcome any investigation into any expenditure involving Tiffany Henry and Keith Freeman's credit card. And I'm sure that Keith Freeman will also be happy to answer any questions about this too, because again, we're open to being honest and transparent about anything that we've done for Thornton Township, and not to mention that Tiffany Henry wasn't the only person that benefited, but you know, Mr. Woods was there, and many other people was there on this Tuesday, and I'll be happy to discuss any of this about to anybody. And again, I think since we're talking about it, Lori Lightfoot did such a great job in Dalton. I would love her to kind of do the same thing here at Thornton Township. So yes, I would like to have an investigation. I'll sit down and answer any question about any trip I booked on behalf of Supervisor Henry as her assistant. Yes.
Let me make sure that I got this correct. You was not my assistant here at Thornton Township, so why are you using Thornton Township credit card? So that's number one. Number two, let's talk about your entanglement with Keith Freeman. Let's open the door so everyone knows what's going on with Thornton Township. If we don't tell it, we don't tell the truth.
Alright, then we gotta get into everybody's business.
All these lies and all these things, people like that, right? And say that people said this, people did that, and that's fine. I'm used to it. You at the top, so when you at the top, you get all these bums looking for crumbs attacking you every time. And it's sad because she went on a trip, Keith Freeman went on a trip, and everybody want to attack people, but what did y'all do on the trip? Please, quiet your mouths.
I was demanded to work 7 days a week, almost 18 to 20 hours a day. And I'll get a chance to talk about that. That's not the time or place, but for her to sit here and say that, you know, I wasn't her assistant, and why was I spending money on behalf? And excuse me,
Shut up!
who are you? But again, security. Can you please retire the car? Stop. That's why you want to end discussion, because you know what the truth is. Stop. Right, no, you stop. I'm in discussion. You don't want to know the truth. That you're a very evil person. Guess what? You want to get so remember that. Hi. Trustee Carlisle. I'm sorry, what are we voting on? Yes.
Yes. So hang on. There was a motion to conduct a forensic audit investigation on all departments, all audits dating back 10 years. There was no second to that motion. Subsequently, there was a motion to conduct a forensic audit investigation on all departments, all audits dating back 3 years, I believe. That was seconded. There was time for discussion, and then there would be a roll call vote on that.
All right, call the roll.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Supervisor Henry?
Yes. Okay, moving on. All right, so next is a motion to direct the township attorney to send Nation Builders a cancellation / void notice. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? The motion second, any discussion?
Yes. Voter rolls with Nation Builder, and was the outreach responsible for knocking on doors, providing them with propaganda, highlighting Supervisor Henry? Because again, if you have an outreach department, there's no need to target voters. And what Nation Builder does is it targets voters. And again, if we're outreaching, let's knock on everybody's door. And so those are my questions that I have answered, and I think that's why this contract should be void, because it was not presented to the board. And the cost was $67,416, and I think they got a discount for signing by 9/30/2023. It was 30% discount, which brought the total to $47,233.20.
All right, any more discussion? All right, call the roll, and let's move forward.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Supervisor Henry?
No. All right, next.
We're gonna create an ordinance.
Right, the lawyer just told you to table it to the next meeting. Just take that advice.
Okay, you can relax and calm down and talk to me.
I'm not calm down, nothing. I'm just telling you something.
No, be a dog, get this back.
Like, stop, you told Nancy.
Right.
Clark, what is it a motion you second for? Okay, call it.
Yes.
That's okay, we got love. She ain't still a.
Supervisor?
We appreciate it.
No.
I'd rather be a bum than a thief. It don't matter, I'd rather be a bum than a thief.
Stop.
When your ass on the jail with
Stop.
somebody,
Okay, guys. Okay, next on the agenda, a motion to approve the TIF district.
I'm not scrolling back there. But if you put hands on me, it's gonna be a problem. I can guarantee you that.
Security.
I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. You gotta go back. Don't take care of that woman right now. She was doing that. Put no fear in nobody's heart. What are you doing?
Is there a motion to approve the TIF support letter for the village of Lansing? Is there a motion?
She got like you can't see.
Can you see?
However, Hilliard and Freeman are being sued in their individual and official capacity. We're not saying we're not gonna allow you to have defense in your official capacity, but we don't feel like we should, pay for your individual representation.
Thank you.
Again, and not on this group, you got Freeman on your team. So, at the end of the day, I stand on what I just stated. I am the supervisor of the township. I will have counsel, as you can see. I'm not gonna not have counsel, not coverage because of the hate y'all have for me. So y'all can hang that up. So call the roll, and that's what goes on down in Big Bingo. Everyone's happy. Everyone getting along. Everybody singing, dancing. That's the stuff people mad about it, don't like.
That is not true. We want them to socialize. Go over there. I have a grab.
It's all about this right here. You need the most community.
First, I wanted to ask a question. Who created this agenda? This agenda is an agenda that I've never seen before as being an elected official. It's very lengthy. The whole items are all put out of order. Just something to just say, you guys should seek legal counsel before you put together. You talk about the gas, okay? A lot of employees were filling up other family members' cars with gas. Come on, we need that. We need an investigation. Okay? Let's also talk about.
Okay,
Let's also talk about.
It's ridiculous trying to ask an elephant or a whale about the best way to distribute 9 million tax dollars between 155,000 people. A dog has much better sense of smell than a human, but if it poops inside your house, you don't expect the dog to apologize to you, nor do you expect the dog to respond to constructive criticism. By definition, an animal does not respond to reason. The only ways that humans can interact with them are to feed the animal, pet the animal, or give it a whack in the snout. This is my way of saying that the residents of Thornton Township can no longer afford the feeding and petting of the supervisor. Does the supervisor have an alternative to getting a whack in the
Correct, the meeting wasn't adjourned. I mean, it's over, but it can't be over.
Oh, it's
Well,
over,
I mean,
but not
officially it's not
adjourned.
over, but I mean, yeah, there's nobody else here.